Okay. Nikhil Naz, what's the sense you pick up by talking to wrestlers outside of those who are protesting? Which way is the Indian wrestling community leaning on this issue? Are they more on the side of the women wrestlers and their protest, or are there those who also support Brij Bhushan Singh?
Uh, Rahul, it'd be unfair for me to say that there aren't wrestlers that are supporting Brij Bhushan Singh at the moment. There have been a few wrestlers that even I've spoken to that have, in that sense, offered some sort of support to Brij Bhushan Singh. Having said that, a lot of that is on the compulsion of trying to stay within the system. A sportsman's career. And here I'm talking about wrestlers that are not that mainstream when it comes to whether it's media coverage or in terms of, the tournaments that they play, how much do they get coverage in mainstream or social media. So these are wrestlers that have to fight a daily battle. Now, can they really go against or be very vocal against the president of a federation who in that sense controls what happens with their wrestling career going forward? So maybe not, and maybe that's why you do hear a lot of lip service from a section of wrestlers. That said, I've also spoken to a lot of wrestlers who've not come on record, but are not happy with the way things have happened. Yes, they may not have any sort of sexual harassment charges to level against someone like a Brij Bhushan Singh, but when it comes to mismanagement, when it comes to high-handedness of running the federation, I think majority of the wrestlers that I've spoken to, even the ones that have not been on the dharna, have been aggrieved. They've been not happy with the way wrestling has been looked after in the country. You had the wrestling league a short while ago that did bring in a lot of money into the sport, and then one fine day it was decided that let's get done with it. Maybe because the administrators or people that are running the wrestling federation weren't happy with the kind of shares that were coming in their pocket. So those are issues. Those are issues that I don't think many wrestlers are happy with. And even if I was to tell you about the amount of armed janta or fans of wrestling or sports fans in general, I've met a lot of them here in England. And the one thing that most of them ask me is that what's happening with the wrestlers' protest? What is it, that is being done? Why do we have to see wrestlers that we cheer for, being treated the way that they were treated by the Delhi police? So I think majority of the people that I've spoken to, fans in general as well, have been very worried when it comes to, especially those visuals that came out on the day of the Parliament inauguration when they were trying to cross the barricading. I think those visuals are something that are fresh in the memories of everyone that I've spoken to. I also spoke to a few former players, in fact, while here in England, a few former cricketers, and all of them said, we may not be following wrestling regularly, but what we have seen so far and the way the wrestlers are being treated, that's not how you treat some of our top level athletes.